Que pasa way, it's your boy Zach, and in this video I want to share 10 simple lawn care tips for this 2023 season that I think could be helpful to you. Maybe you know some of them, maybe you don't, but let's jump right into it. These are going to be fun. So the number one tip that I can give you, and this honestly is it's important to me, so I put it number one. I think after you finish your workday, you should clean your sunglasses right then and there, because one of the worst things you can do is start a workday. And it's okay if you get in a dirty truck, and it's okay if you have dirty equipment, but if you put on dirty ass sunglasses on your face like at 7 8 in the morning, it's a buzzkill. So I think it's good to clean your sunglasses after your workday is over in the afternoon, get all the poop and rocks and grass and weeds off of it. And then it's just one little pick me up in the morning that is more powerful than coffee or anything else that you could do, is just put on a brand new pair of shades and you're just like, oh shit, that's just one less thing I got to do. That's number one. It's important to me. Number two, also when you get home, is I think you should refuel your equipment. You should refuel your mower, your trimmer, and your blower right there. Also, you could even do your truck. The last thing that you want to do is wake up in the morning and go have to wait in line to go get gas and go out of your route. And also, if you're getting ready in the morning, you got to put everything from your garage or your shed into your truck. You don't want to have to go out there and start refilling all the fuel and sometimes spilling it in the morning because you got stuff, you got mocos in your eyes and you're barely waking up. Just refuel and clean your sunglasses after you get home from each workday, so in the morning you can just get out and zip out that much quicker. That's number two. Number three is don't get to go lunch for the first, I don't know, 3, 4 years. Even when I had workers, I would go and I would get a lunch every single time at 12. I'd go to Burger King, Chick-fil-A, Whataburger, McDonald's, Cane's. I'd go to all these places, and not only would it spend like it costs like $10, $11, which is terrible, but you have to wait 30 minutes in the drive-through, and then you got to sit in your car and eat. Now what I do is I just make a peanut butter and banana sandwich. I have some little Propel packets or Gatorade. I bring a little cooler with fruit. And that's it. Or sometimes I just won't even eat. I'll just drink coffee or something and I won't even eat until I get home. It's kind of hard, but sometimes it feels good. But I recommend giving up your lunches because it's not only the money, but the time. And plus, that shit's like fake anyways, so it's not good for you. Try to reduce it. We're not perfect, but the last thing I want to do is stop in the middle of a workday and buy lunch after I have 4 yards and I got to do 4 more yards. And plus, whenever I had workers, I'd always buy their lunch. I don't know if I recommend that if you have workers, you buy their lunches. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just thinking, I can't make them pay for their own meal when I'm driving around and I'm about to get this meal, but maybe you should make them pay. That's a different video, but forget the to go lunches. Just bring your own lunch is my number three tip. Number four is, say if this is for your routes, say if you have 10 yards and you're going to start right here and you're going to go in a circle and you're going to come back. I wouldn't recommend starting with the very farthest yard first and then working your way back, because what if for whatever reason your tool is not running properly or your truck's messed up and then you get all the way over here just to find out that something's going to break down on you. It's good to start with the closest yard first, still on route of your circle, but whenever you get started, start with your closest route first so you can test all your tools, make sure everything's running good, and then begin your route afterwards. Don't just, I used to start with the very farthest yard because it mentally felt like I was getting closer and closer and closer to come back, but it's better start with the first one closest to you, make sure everything's good, and then go all the way around in a circle. So that's what I recommend for number four. Don't start super far away with your yards. Number five, believe it or not, when I first started my lawn care business, I didn't even sharpen my blades probably for the first year. I didn't even know anything. I would just mow these yards. Sometimes the grass would be harder to cut, it'd be thicker, and I would just think, oh, the grass is tougher to cut. But in reality, I wasn't sharpening my blades at all. In reality, you should be sharpening your blades as much as possible. Some people do it after every workday. Some people do it once per week. Some people do it a few times a month. My advice to you is if you mow a lot, sharpen it more. If you don't mow so much, maybe you can get away with not doing it. But in reality, I wasn't sharpening as much as I thought I should. And now I think at least once a week, at least bare minimum once a week should be the standard. But if you mow a lot, work a lot, maybe even once every day, every other day. And then a pro tip for sharpening blades, if you don't have the tools to do it or you don't want to do it, you can just take your whole mower or just take off the blades to a local certified small engine repair shop or equipment dealer. Sometimes they'll do it for you. When I got started, this guy who has a local business next to my house, he'd sharpen my blades for $5 or $7 each. I think it was $5 each cash. And then it just made my life so much easier. Yeah, it was a pain in the butt to take them off or to bring the mower to the place, but it's so worth it because having a sharp blade it's like one of the most important things besides keeping your sunglasses clean in the morning. So sharpen your blades more. That's number five. Number six. So in the beginning, I think you should go and you should quote, you should see all these yards in person. You should drive far away. You should drive close by and stop and do all these estimates so you can get a good breadth and depth of knowledge. But eventually you can do what I do now, which is you could just try to quote everything over text. Nowadays, whenever somebody calls me for a quote and I have their information, I'll ask them if they could send a few pictures of their yard. And if they're not okay with that, then I can schedule a time to stop by anytime this coming up week to stop by in person. And honestly, 9 out of 10, or at least 10 out of 10, or not at least 9 out of 10, or seriously 10 out of 10 of them will send me pictures because they think maybe they want the quote faster, or maybe they don't want to try and schedule me to stop by. I try to word it so where they're more prone to send the pictures, and by doing that you can just do so many quotes over the phone. Sometimes they'll send you like shitty pictures and it doesn't look good and you have to go stop by in person. It's okay. Sometimes they might send you pictures, they might leave out an area, and then now you're kind of you're underquoted for the job, and that happens too. But in reality, for the grand majority of it, it's a pretty easy system. Depends on your yards. Maybe it's harder if you don't have little cookie cutter residentials like I do. If you have big wild properties where each house is unique and different, then maybe you can't do that. But for me, I barely do quotes in person nowadays. If I can just schedule it through the phone, totally. If I could just do everything from setting it up, getting the call, getting the price, doing it, getting paid all through text and the phone, then I'm happy with that. So that's number 6. You don't always have to go out in person. You should in the beginning, but eventually, whenever you have, like, say you have a 40, 50 customer count and you're pretty full, you don't need to spend the time to go do so many quotes. You have the leverage to ask for pictures, and then from there you could quote them. And if you're always iffy, you could always overquote it and just try to have a little bit of leeway, right? So that's number 6. You don't always have to go and see every yard. You could do a lot of it over text. I didn't know that in the beginning. Number 7, this is about charging more. Everything in this goddamn world costs more now: food, gas, eggs, milk, housing, interest rates. Everything's costing more, so your lawn care business should charge more. And a lot of these customers, the biggest tip I can give you is they're expected for you to increase the price or to be higher than before because they're just used to everything costing more. So don't think that your lawn care business should be costing bare minimum and not increasing prices every year. You should increase your price, your average quote, by maybe $5, $10. You should look into maybe increasing the prices on your existing customers that you had for a long time whenever it comes time to do it. And when it comes to doing landscaping jobs or cleanups, just charge a little bit higher, add some margin, charge 10% more, increase your hourly man rate, whatever it is, just charge more because everybody's already used to it. So don't get left behind. That's number 7. And honestly, a lot of these customers, whenever you start charging higher, they're used to it. I said that a bunch, but I just want to put that in. Number 8, put the mowing height and also, if they have it, a gate code in the customer's information in their contact in your phone. So that way you always remember their mowing height, because trust me, whenever you have a bunch of yards, you think you remember this yard's 2.5, this yard's 3, this yard's, or if you don't have inches on your mower, you have like the little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 settings. You think this one's 2 or this one's 3. You will forget. Sometimes you'll overcut a yard and then you got to cut it twice because the first time wasn't enough. Or you might do the opposite and scalp the yard in the beginning, right? So my advice is to put the exact mowing height under their name. If their name is Billy Joe Armstrong and their yard is cut at 3.5 in the front and 2.5 in the back, put that down. And also, if they have a gate code, make sure you get it from them. You could even go a little bit further and you could Google map the house that they give you, because sometimes these customers, they don't tell you the damn gate code, which is crazy, but I guess it happens, right? So you could look it up, map it out. If you think there's a gate code, possibly look it up on the Google Maps and then ask them for it and then put it in your phone, because one of the worst things ever is to be halfway on a 10-yard day in the summer and you're just stuck there honking at the damn gate waiting, or you're not honking, but you're just waiting, right? And then somebody tries to let you in and then you look sketchy, or they try to block you in. They open the gate for themselves and they don't let you follow. It happens, right? It happens to me too. So get the gate code and put the mowing height in their contact just so you could have it as a quick pull up whenever you're doing these customers' yards. That was number 8. Damn, right on 8 minutes. Crazy. Number 9, have your voicemail direct them to giving you their info and make it easier for them. Before, my voicemail used to be, hello, you've reached Zach with Zippy Dippy Lawn Care, and I'm sorry I missed your call. Please give me a call back if you're seeking a lawn care quote, or leave your information. No, something super vague like that, right? But nowadays, what I do is also a little step ahead, I don't even answer the phone nowadays, going on to doing everything over text. If somebody calls me, I'm just going to let it go to voicemail, because my voicemail tells them, hello, you have reached Zach. If you're seeking a lawn care quote, please leave your address, or it says, please leave your name, your address, and services requested. And as a bonus, if you want to send me pictures, I can give you a quote even faster. It's a little bit cleaned up, but that's pretty much the majority of it. And that way, if they call me, I don't answer because I'm busy working, or if I just don't want to answer, then I'm gonna get a text hopefully right after that says, hello, this is my name, this is my address, this is my house, what I'm needing, and here's some pictures. And it happens pretty often. Just like you'd be surprised at how many customers are used to everything charging more for when you increase your prices. A lot of these customers are also going to be happy to give you their information because they want a quote, right? Don't you want your stuff done right then, right when you ask, right? So I do. So a lot of these customers do. So my voicemail directs them to give me a text with their information, or they can leave a voicemail too if they want to, right? But it's giving them a clear call to action so we can move on to the next step if I didn't answer the phone, which I usually don't. So that's number 9. And then number 10, So I don't have it on my work truck, but on the new truck that I bought, I got 3M ceramic window tint. It was expensive. It was like $500, but that is a game changer because it not only allows me to drive around the Texas summer with my AC on the lowest setting, but also if I do a yard for 20 minutes, I come back in the car, or I don't do this with my damn work truck. I have this with my new truck. But if I drive somewhere with my new truck with the new tint, I get out, say I go to the gym or I go outside for 20, 30 minutes, I come back, the car is still pretty cool because a lot of the heat has been kept outside because the ceramic tint is so good. My work truck has this cheap tint that came with it. It's already peeling. It's pretty ugly. I probably won't put it on my work truck because it already has tint. But if I could go back in time, or if I had a truck with no tint, I would get the best tint ever because the tint will make your life so much easier. It keeps the hot air out. It keeps the truck cool in between yards whenever you're doing it, I'd imagine. And it's just a game changer. You could save mileage because you're not blasting the AC so hard. And it just feels good. You don't want to be hot, right? So that was my 10 lawn care tips. Number one, let's go do a recap real quick. Number one, clean your glasses after each work day because it just feels good and it's good to start the next day ahead of time. I even put my work clothes out the night before. So in the morning, I just put everything on. Extra tip. Number two, refill your equipment. When you get home after your workday, don't do it in the morning. You could, it doesn't matter, but it just makes everything so much more efficient whenever everything's already geared up and gassed up in the morning. That includes your mower, your handheld, and your truck. Number three is skip the to-go lunch. Just make your own. You could just drink a bunch of caffeine. You could eat food. You can make a sandwich. You can get fruit. You can do whatever, but I skip to go lunches now from the restaurants. I just go and I just bring it myself, or I wait till I get home. Number three, that was number three. Number four, don't start your first yard super far away. Number five, sharpen your blades a lot more than you're doing now. At least 1 yard, at least one time per week, if not one time per day. Number six, ask for pictures to quote. You'd be surprised it's a lot easier sometimes than going out and driving far away just for one quote. If you have a bunch of quotes in one area, sure, go do them and schedule them for a certain time, but you don't always have to. Number seven, charge more. Everything else costs more, including our services. So do not be afraid to charge more. Charge what you're worth, and everything costs more. So we have to match that. Number eight, put the mowing height and put the contact info of their gate code inside of their contact. So that way you have a quick tab on whatever information you need to remember. Number nine, have your voicemail direct them to do something clearly. So that way they don't just call you, get a no answer, then call somebody else. They're going to call you, get some instructions. They're going to follow their instructions. And then that way you can feed the funnel of the quote a little bit easier for yourself. And then number 10 is just get some good ass window tint. I hope you enjoyed that. That was my 10 tips. If you want some more lawn care help, makemoneymowing.com is my program and my course, and I can help you become your own boss with lawn care. So I'll see you guys soon. I might be back in America in maybe like 2 more weeks. I'm still just finishing up spending time with my beautiful pregnant wife. And yeah, we out ya. So take you out here. I'm gonna go back inside and start editing this video now. Dun, 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 dun. And I sit in my car because my gooses and roosters are so loud and I don't want to keep annoying you guys. Love you. Peace out. See you soon. Gang. Vibes. You want to see some baby ducks and baby gooses real quick? Ow. Ow. Look, this dude bit me earlier. Ow. And look at these guys. These guys are my favorites. They got no neck. Oh my gosh. Why you got no neck? Damn long neck. You guys got that F-boy fade with a North Face jacket. You know what I'm saying? You guys follow me, huh? You guys follow me, hot boy? This one's name is Hot Boy because he got a red head. Come on, let's go. Follow daddy. Never mind. All right, peace out, y'all. MakeMoneyMowing.com. Let's go.